All right. All right. Season 1 finale. Yeah. So it took a long time to get you, man. You're busy. You're a busy one, and I don't think I've ever had a guest that more previous guests have wanted to be on the show. So finally, we have a bite-worthy comedian, Jason Zaremba, on today.
I'll wear sunglasses. They didn't see me wink.
So, bite-worthy is a term that I've coined, and it's where a comedian is good enough that you want to steal from them their mannerisms, their jokes, their punchlines, anything like that you want to take from them that you just wish you had, no exception. And he's one of the first people in local comedy that I got to see, and it was good. So we're going to do something different today. We're going to plug our dates first at the top of the show. What do you got going on? Where can we see you?
Well, June 8th, I'm going to be on the open mic at Laughing Skull.
Okay.
June 10th, I'm on Comfy Couch Comedy at, I think the place is called San Francisco Coffee Company.
Nice, okay.
And that's the 10th. And then the 25th, I'll be on Big Luke's roast battle, roasting Dom Smith, who I know nothing about. So I'll have to watch that episode.
I'll give you some dirt. I'll give you some fodder, and vice versa. I'll give him too. So I know both of you. So nice to get to stoke those flames. I will be at the Laughing Skull June 1st, Hump Day, July 22nd. I will be hosting Legends Distillery Show with, I think it's maybe Luke Bentley or Shelley Grimberg, possibly Angela Kimmel is headlining. July 22nd, I will be hosting Canopy and the Roots in Dahlonega. August 4th, I will be in Columbus, Georgia, opening for Eric Hunter. And same in August 6th at Fort Walton Beach, my first out-of-state show, bro.
Nice.
Yeah, so with all that being said, this is it. This is the finale. So I'm going to start off by combining a joke of yours with the food of this choice, because we're at Fellini's, which is a super good pizza place. If you've never been there, it's awesome. They have Sicilian slices, which speaks to my Goomba heritage, which is awesome. Have you ever been to a European country?
No.
Okay, well, I haven't either, but Italy is the one that I want to go to. Because I remember, and I told you this off camera, but you had the first experience of where I actually, in local comedy, like, I was in on the joke because it was the first time that I've seen a second performance of a comedian, and I was in on it. And I've never been to Germany, but I raised my hand like I did, and it set you up for the joke. And it was a good joke. It's first nose jobs.
Thanks.
And I remember that joke. It's a good one. It's a bite-worthy one. So where would you go? Where would you want to go?
I mean, I do actually really want to go to Germany.
Really?
Yeah, there's,
okay.
I mean, one of my favorite stories from, like, history is there, and I'm not gonna fucking bore with all the details and shit, but, like, basically there was this uprising in the 1500s, and at this place called Munster, and they took the 3 leaders, and they, like, hung them from cages at the top of, like, the steeple, like the church. And the cages are still up there.
Wow.
And so I want to see those fucking cages. Like, I want to see that. I want to go to Bruges. There's like a lot of places in Europe I want to go to.
Germany's one. And
Germany's one.
You think you're the first Jew that's like, I want to go to Germany. I'm like, okay, cool. Okay. The irony is high, but Germany's a cool place. It's one of the countries that has, like, just some of the best women, the best food, the best, apart from a few blemishes in history, some of the best history in terms of, like, architecture and everything. A lot of German designers, a lot of good things are engineered out of Germany. Props to Germany.
Yeah.
Props
also,
to
speaking of Italy, though, when I was in high school, there was an Italian foreign exchange student.
Oh my God.
Who I fell in love with. I don't know if she knows that, but I want to go to Italy and just find her.
Just walk around.
Just be like, you. I mean, like, worst case scenario, I don't find her, and I just find another Italian woman to live on like a villa or whatever. I don't even know what they have going on over there.
Did she have like an amazingly Italian name like Giada or
Francesca?
Francesca. Oh,
Yeah.
that speaks to my heart, man.
Yeah. Don't show this to my girlfriend. So.
Yeah, I got flack because I complimented a girl on a mic, but it was mostly because the girl was on Wheel of Fortune recently, and I'd give her the D joke. I was just
okay. I was about to say you complimented her.
Yeah, I did, but on camera. And
does that count as a compliment? Saying you'd give her the D?
Well, I guess. I mean, in Atlanta, maybe at that show, yes, it was. But you're a pretty good example. I'd say this: you're a pretty good example of someone who has the air of you get on stage and you go, well. The attitude is, who gives a shit? Let's tell some jokes. I like that. I like that. What are some pros and cons, if there are any, of like adopting a no care attitude on stage?
I don't
want to hear this.
I don't even know if I'd put it as no care. I'm just comfortable on stage, and I think that. Yeah, I mean. Yeah, I mean, I'm just comfortable on stage, and
you
sometimes
look very comfortable.
Yeah,
you look in your natural habitat.
Yeah, and like sometimes if you're too comfortable, you don't really put forward the effort that a joke requires. Like sometimes I feel ridiculous doing a certain act out or something.
Yeah.
And like, so like it makes just I'm comfortable up there. And
you look very comfortable. You definitely look in your element, and I envy that because. I mean, I still have my heart racing, and I get cotton mouth. I haven't had cotton mouth since I was in high school when I used to smoke weed 14 years ago, and I don't anymore. And like I dry up like I've been in the desert for 40 years. I feel like Moses up there doing comedy, and it's okay. I think there've been a couple times where I think I was like, I don't really care how this set goes, and some of those have been my favorite, like because I did a little bit of crowd work that I don't normally do, so that's what I've experienced. But you next level, whatever. It's the whatever. I like that.
Okay.
You have you talked about.
I love that. It's just like, you know what I like about you? You don't like stand-up. You don't enjoy it anymore, and that's a very great quality.
You go from comfortable to jaded really fast. No.
You just do this because if you stop doing it, you'll have to put your tail between your legs and go back to college. That's why.
Yeah, well, I'm too dumb for college, so I got got nothing after that. If I was a shirt, I would not be made of college material. That's for sure. There you go. You talked about you have a clip. And I was sorting through the things that I haven't heard. I heard it once, but I didn't hear you say it again.
Yeah. But
you said it at multiple shows. You talked about, have you ever been so lonely that? So, I know you talked about being lonely, but let me tell you see if these are Jason Z approved lonely descriptions. So, I've been so lonely that I talked to a car warranty scammer, just for fun.
That's good.
Okay. I've been so lonely that I picked a fight in the comment section on a YouTube video on how to properly make a grilled cheese sandwich just to have an interaction.
That's good. That's specific.
Yeah. And I've been so lonely that I went to a public fountain, picked up the coins, just knowing that other people have touched them.
Those are good. Because the lonely jokes, you got more.
No, that's the power of threes. I kept it.
Well, that's the thing. Now I do like 4 or 5 of them, but like when I first wrote them, I just like wrote at least 20 of them.
Yeah.
I did like a 5-minute set where it was just the "Have you ever been so lonely" joke.
Really?
Yeah.
That's bold, man.
And I just read them off a sheet of paper, and then like a friend of mine was like, "You might want to cut that down."
Man, maybe get your top 5.
Maybe cut down to a few.
I like that, man. I like that because I've been lonely, and I think everybody has that.
That's the thing. Everyone's lonely.
Everybody's been. you just down in the dumps and, you know, single or, you know, just like your friends left you at a bar one night. Everybody's had experiences like that.
Self-pity.
So, and I admire you for being able to find the relatability that not everybody talks about. I mean, I know that's what comedy is and hashtag duh, but, you know, it's admirable. So
Yeah.
you're from North Carolina. I like North Carolina as a state. That's where I go skiing most of the time. I go up to Sugar, and I'm going to beach this year. That's where the Sugar employees go to ski. So I like North Carolina, man. This is a food show, so apart from like Carolina barbecue, what are some North Carolina like staples or good restaurants or, you know, things in North Carolina that us Georgians or people that are not from there need to know about?
I mean, I don't even know if this, but there's this ice cream place in, I only know of them in Raleigh. That's like called Goodberries. I know a few of them.
Yeah?
But like that's where like growing up, it was like 5 minutes from my parents' house, so we'd go there all the time.
Oh,
like
those are the best, man.
Yeah, and it's so every time I go up to North Carolina, I gotta get some
Good berries, huh?
good berries. If anyone in North Carolina gets some good berries, it's a good time. It's a good time.
Okay, I like that. Because I when I go up to, we used to go Cataloochee, and there's this, there are a couple ice cream parlors. Like it's weird to have a state that's got like, oh, they have real ice cream parlors, and I don't really know of any around here. There's Jenny's around here that's pretty good, but that's like a name brand, you know? It's good, but it's not, okay. And is Carolina barbecue like better than the Kansas City or the Texas or the St. Louis? Have you had a lot of barbecue?
I mean, I've had barbecue, and I enjoy barbecue, but I've never been like, all right, I'll try this kind and this kind and this. Like I hear people talk about the different kinds of barbecue, and I'm like, who cares?
It's meat and a plate.
Like, yeah, it's meat, a plate, and some cool sauce. Just eat it.
We'll say the Carolina sauce is like the mustardy sauce. I like that stuff, man. It's
Carolina,
pretty good.
I gotta have some loyalty to my peeps in penis vagina, North Carolina, as
Penis vagina, North Carolina.
Tank Smith says. Good old roommate.
I like Tank. I haven't really got to hang out with Tank. He was, I saw him taking pictures originally, and then I saw him. I didn't really know he did comedy. I thought he was just kind of photographer for comedy, and then I was like, oh, he's hilarious. He's funny.
Oh, he's great.
Funny dude. Great, lovable guy, by the way.
Best hug you'll ever get.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Oh, nothing like a good hug, man.
Best hug you'll ever get.
Good hugger. I have a buddy named Chet, and he's a good hugger. Like, really excited, gets in there, doesn't do the pat, just gives you like a good embrace. Good job. Shout out Chet.
Also, when's the last time you heard Kyotos being played at a public place? You listen to emo and shit, right?
I haven't, Kyotos? No.
I think that's how you pronounce it. Well, because I posted that Bayside song, and I think you responded to it.
Bayside, yeah,
Love Bayside.
that spoke to my emo side, because I'm really behind on the trends. Like, I just now got into, like, last year, the past 2 years-ish, like Thrice and Atreyu and My Chemical Romance. That's what everybody was listening to in high school.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey guys, have you heard this? They're like, yeah, back when we were 14. Like, oh, but
Nice.
okay. Like, I almost wrote a joke about how I'm late to trends. I'm like, hey guys, have you heard this guy, rapper? He's pretty good. Drake? Like, it's like, oh.
Nice.
Hey, everybody knows Drake. Come on, get with the times, man. That's how I felt like. I'm just now doing like the ice bucket challenge.
Yeah.
Like,
Man,
so
you guys heard of this Obama guy?
I hope he does well.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think he has a chance, but we'll see.
Black guy as president, I don't think that'll work.
Yeah.
But that's,
Not to break the momentum, I just realized I was like, holy shit.
That's a good ear.
It was weird. You never hear...
No, I'm gonna.
You never hear that in
I'm gonna
public.
listen to it on the way home.
Great band.
Music goes into my next question, kind of like movies. I get really excited when I see your poll on movie polls. That is, you have a poll on your stories that you usually do for movies.
Yeah.
So it means you're a big movie fan. Big time. It makes me happy because there's a few movies that I can watch over and over again, but I'm going to give you a few that you probably have done, but I'm going to give you a...
Man, you got a blooper reel?
Yeah, I do now.
Sweet.
Make sure that that's... Yeah. Nice. So we'll edit that out. Editing,
Yeah,
awesome.
editing that out.
So this
So
is
if he edited it out, but some guy ran by screaming,
profanities.
yeah, screaming racial slurs.
N-word, the
Yeah.
K-word.
The K-word.
Did you spell it with a K? Yeah, I don't know.
The Q word. I didn't even know there
Q
was
word?
a Q word. I'm learning a lot today.
Oh! 3.
Take 3.
So regarding Macaulay Culkin, the good son or party monster? I know, it's obscure, but
I'm gonna go with Party Monster.
I figured you would. I'm going good son only because the ending of that movie.
Or actually, no, Good Son. Good Son's the one with Mr. Highway, though, right?
The good son...
Where he like throws the fucking thing on over like the...
It's the one, Elijah Wood is in it when they were younger, and he's like...
He's like an adopted kid or something?
Yeah.
All right, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to change my answer to the Good Son.
Yeah, hell yeah. All right, Village of the Damned or Children of the Corn? I know.
Children of the Corn.
Of course. If you
Children
pick,
of the Corn.
dude, if you pick Village of the Damned, no way. Mrs. Doubtfire or Tootsie? I know you've done this one.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Same.
Mrs. Doubtfire. That's just... I remember, that was a movie, I remember seeing that as a kid. Robin Williams was like... I mean, first of all, one of my favorite comedians.
Yeah.
But he also, like, that's how I found out what an actor is.
Yeah.
Was I was like, wow, the dude from Hook looks a lot like Mrs. Doubtfire, who sounds a lot like the genie from Aladdin. Like, that's how I put it together.
Oh man.
There's actors and they play roles.
People who do different things. Okay, great. Yeah, he was. We had an exercise in 4th grade to write a letter to a celebrity, and I wrote Robin Williams. So maybe that.
Hey, don't kill yourself.
Oh, shut up. Damn it, man.
Yeah.
Harold and Kumar. You got me on that one. Harold and Kumar or Dude, Where's My Car? For stupid movies.
Which Harold and Kumar, though?
The original. Go
The
to
original?
White Castle.
I'm gonna go with Harold and Kumar.
It's too good. It's too good.
It's just great.
So it brings me to my movies. You had a question, or kind of got brought up. My favorite movie of all time, Cool Hand Luke. And that's a movie that I could play on repeat on a desert island if God granted me one movie over and over. Do you have a movie, or I'm sure you do, maybe a couple of them.
Yeah.
Give me a movie or two that you just loop it.
Well, 2 come to mind. I went through a breakup last year and was just, real self-pitying, the whatever.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall?
Well, I watched Mad Max Fury Road.
Oh!
And I watched it like 3 times in one day. 4 times in one day, I think, actually. Because, I watched it, it ended, I started again. Like, my roommate was, walking by. He was like, Mad Max Fury Road, nice. And then, he went to get groceries or something, and then he came back later. It was 4 hours later. He's like, are you watching this multiple times? And I was just like, just all day.
Oh, wow.
And then in 2020, there was a point where I didn't have internet, and so I have a DVD collection, and so I put on the 2005 King Kong, which is the best King Kong movie out of all of them.
Really?
It's the best.
Wow.
It's amazing.
The Peter Jackson one?
The Peter Jackson one. Yep. Great, solid. And I watched it, and then it was over, and then right after it ended, I was like, I'm gonna watch that again. I'm gonna just immediately after.
Wow. Oh.
And then and then the new Planet of the Apes trilogy.
Yeah.
Those are underrated. So underrated.
Just a monkey fan, huh?
Yep. Apparently. That's
just a monkey fan.
Big time.
There are no monkeys in Mad Max, but they act like animals, man.
They do act like animals.
But that's what they're
raging feral
resorted to.
Yeah.
That is a good movie.
It's a great movie.
That's a good pick.
I saw that in theaters 5 times.
I did that with 300. I saw Deadpool 2 3 times, and then I think there was one other movie that I went back more than once to see. I think maybe Infinity War. Yeah.
Well, pretty much every Marvel movie, you gotta like.
I mean, but that's like that. It's more
Yeah.
of like the experience of seeing big action.
Yeah.
Like sometimes that's what we call popcorn movies, and those are like
Just a big blockbuster.
the best popcorn movies, man. I
Yeah.
mean, if you were to sit down and watch it on an iPad, okay, whatever,
Yeah.
it kills some time, but yeah, I like
Yeah.
that. So this isn't a question, and I've never done this. Just tell us something that we may not know about Jason Zaremba. Yeah, like an embarrassing story, a secret, a habit, a talent, anything that you want on the internet. It's okay.
A secret habit or talent?
Yeah, like something that like, oh, nobody knows this, but I can tell it. Or not many, maybe like your super close friends or something.
When I was a kid, I made balloon animals.
Yeah? Did you do it well or just do it?
Yeah, actually, I did it pretty well. Like, I mean,
Making koalas and sloths and giraffes?
like
and...
sloths, parrots, I'd make hats and...
Really?
Yeah, the elephant and all kinds of different shit. I can,
That's specific, yeah.
I can name all 50 states in alphabetical order in like 30 seconds. That's a quality that, you know, I put on job applications and shit. That's really useful in the real world.
I almost want to test you on that.
I should have thought that through. Yeah.
You want to do it?
Yeah.
And go.
Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin, Wyoming.
19 seconds! Wow!
Yeah.
Holy crap!
Yep.
I'd have probably gotten to, I don't know, New Hampshire.
Yeah,
like,
that's
I have to stop.
That's what happens when you don't pay attention in school and you just read the part of the notebook that just has all the states on it. That's what happens when you just are like, I don't need this, I'm just going to read this thing.
It's still learning.
It's still learning, technically.
It's still learning. So I like that. This has been a good hang because you seem always very nice and approachable, and we have little banters back and forth. Some of my favorite times are when it's like back behind the curtain at roll call, or I just went to church for the first time the other day. I don't feel I'm even cool enough to step in there because it's a cool place. Like the coolest place that I go normally is like Home Depot. Like I'm a dad without kids, basically.
Yeah.
And some of my favorite times are when we just shoot the shit for a second or two in between people's sets, or, you know, we were whispering one day during the competition, and every time someone goes up, I hear your voice go, I taught him everything he knows.
Yeah.
Like every time someone goes up, I'll think of that. I'm like, that's so stupid.
That's fun.
If you're
That's a
there,
fun one
I
to do.
see you. And it's the little things, man. The little things that people might be known for, they add up and they make a big impact on comedy. And that's, you know, the little things are what matters. So let me ask you, do you have any questions for me? You know, we don't know each other super well, but long enough to have a rapport and stuff. And we know a couple of the same people, obviously, well. And do you have any questions for me?
I mean, I meant to ask, I was looking at your Instagram story. What was that show you did last night?
Oh, that was
that?
Canopy in the Roots. That was it's a venue that's actually a coffee shop, but they have a listening room downstairs. It's mostly for like acoustic guitarist, songwriters type.
Yeah.
But they started doing comedy.
Yeah.
And I met Tim Pruitt, who he just is like, oh, we're from North Georgia. I'm like, I'm from North Georgia.
Yeah.
I don't meet anybody from North Georgia typically, except for, you know, maybe like Ben, who was from Canton. So that's a room up there, and I'm like, well, I'm really close up there, and I can bring people, and it's nice. It was just a nice little fit for me.
Yeah.
And
that, like, I was looking, I was like, damn, that looks like a good room.
it's a very cool room. It's hidden, nestled in Dahlonega. So like you just go up 400 till it ends and take a left. It's right near the college. You get a mixture of college kids, some, motorcycle riding Republicans. You get some like yuppies. You get just a good mix of people, and it's usually a good room. They sell beer and wine down there, so yeah, Canopy in the Roots is a good place. Brandon and Holly, they do a really good job up there. It might be my favorite venue to do, only because it's so cozy.
Nice.
It's nice. I like those rooms like that.
Yeah.
I mean, the Punchline and the Skull are obviously like my favorite, and I'm so lucky to be able to do the Punchline because of the class that I took.
Yeah.
And everybody, and I kind of get a kick out of every time it's like, how do you get booked at the Punchline? How do you do that? How do you do that?
You give them $500 and
Hey,
then
that's exactly what happened. That's what I tell people. Like, pay
Yeah.
$500 for a comedy class and you'll get stage time.
Yeah.
And then you'll get invited back. But yeah, that's my place. I'll be hosting that in July. So it'd be my second hosting gig, and I've never hosted prior to that. But I think this kind of gets me prepped for that. And I like hosting this show. It's one of my favorite things, and I'm going to gush for a minute. Thank you guys for even tuning in to this. Thank you for even doing it. And
thanks for paying for my food.
Yeah, that's literally the concept of the show. So I'm glad people don't pick crazy expensive restaurants often. I was doing 2 a week, and I was like, ooh, we're going to kick this down to 1 a week, because my wallet and then my schedule. Like, it's hard because everybody's got different things going on. Some are married, some have kids, some do shows all the time, and I live in Cumming, and everybody's Atlanta. So, but that wraps this up. Did you have anything else? No?
I mean, fucking follow me on Instagram. We mentioned those polls earlier. I like to post a new movie poll every day.
Yeah.
Follow my Instagram at JasonZComedy.
Yeah.
Wear a condom.
Be safe, everybody.
Jeffrey Epstein worked for Israeli intelligence. And let's go, Brandon. That's. I'd say that's all I have to add.
To quote Forrest Gump, that's all I have to say about that. All right, we'll see you next season, guys. Episode 20. There it is, dude.